Hello everyone! How are you all doing today? It's almost time. How are we all doing today then? I know, it's time. Just sorting the last few things out that are needed. As there is some stuff. Some stuff that needs sorting, but we should just about be ready to get going. Obviously, Phil, I do not believe you would be able to keep up with these guys. So I have different reserves for each div. I hope no one spoils the F1. I haven't seen it yet. Turn notifications off. Casey, I'm going to save you it. Nothing happened. No racing actually took place. I will save you the hours wait. There's no point. Nothing happened. It's half points with the qualifying results. So I will save you that. Nothing happened. That's why everyone tunes in here, because George Russell may have got his first podium, but who's going to be the first time podium here? Will Ruben defend his title, but yeah. It's only a 10-man grid, it's short. It was a brilliant race yesterday, I must say. But look at this. Olaf, Dom, Sati, Mamba, Berzabuka, Albertini, Paolo, Ruben. It's a stacked grid. It's short, and we've got people like Devil in the wings as well. There are a few people that aren't here today. And when they do turn up, Ben MK, Devil, Yaya, Crowhawk. There's some big, quick names here that can take the fight to Ruben, and it's going to be a good one. Like we said yesterday, it's going to be down to strategy this, as setups are off. Strategy is going to be more important than ever, in my opinion. And Ruben will know he's a master of strategy. Ariel, who races for his team, PTY, so nearly won yesterday. Battery fuel, didn't have enough fuel in the car, didn't quite manage it well, and just missed out. It was looking like it was going to be a brilliant win, but Zen took the win instead. Everyone seems to be ready. Let's hope there's no problems. Oh crap, I've done that wrong. Anyway. It's time! Hello, Brian. Qualifying for round 1 of the GTEL Division 1 Championship is a go from Bathurst, New South Wales. So expect to see is Bezabuka, I believe the B&R driver. He formerly NDC, I believe. NDC kind of collapsed. Casey, I will save you it. Nothing happened. Don't watch F1. There was no racing. There was no racing. They didn't go racing. I'm not lying to you when I say nothing happened. Nothing happened. Anyway, Mamba is out. Albertine was a bit of a train. We saw some people here, right? Mamba, he's going to have a good chance of this. This is what Zen did. Zen was first out, and he was... You get some... Oh, glitch for Slim, apparently. Who's glitched? Well, thank you for waiting minutes to say something. If you've got a glitch, say it straight away. Please don't just sit here, because it's wasting time, in all honesty. Anyway, share the stream out. Let's get some views up here, people. It's going to be exciting. You can't really call this, because Ruben, over one lap, he definitely can be beaten. In the race strategy, it's Dom. We saw him in the charity race. Insane when no Mamba's quick. Shame there's no UMF here. They would be insane. Paolo, we know from Div 1 he could definitely pull something. Albertini, he's also brilliantly quick driver. All of these guys. Ruben wasn't the fastest in qualifying either. Waiting for Dom to back out. Baffles me, people don't understand this. Anyway, Bathurst, it's a really tricky. What we saw yesterday in qualifying, a lot of people went out in groups. No one really stayed back, and quite often, being the first one out is really helpful. Ariel and Zen did that, and they locked out the front row. The Corvettes, yes, they are strong around here, and they were in the Corvette, so that will give them a bit of a helping hand. But at the end of the day, they were out first, had a bit of a gap. And in the midfield, there was so much chaos, and we saw a lot of people in the chat cussing other people, as there was a bit. It was a bit argy-bargy. No one really left anyone space, and you know, up the mountain, it's so tight. It's the Australian Monaco. I mean, it's so hard to overtake up there. That is where you're getting the most time, and if someone has an accident or is going a bit slow, it can cause some problems. I mean, these guys are obviously more skilled, they're faster, they're more experienced. No offense to the Div 2 guys, but that's just how it is. That's why these guys are Div 1. But things can still happen. But hopefully they space each other out. Know that everyone wants to get the lap times in, and they're quick. They don't give each other. Everyone wants to get as many laps in as possible, but it's just courteous at the end of the day. Just leave a gap so you're not murdering each other at the end. So, yeah. Brian never touched all. That's why you got third. Because you do well. So what happens in these things, right? So, Sati has left for... No, Sati has joined back. We're waiting on Dom. Where's Dom? Oh no, Dom's in. We're waiting on Bez. Here's Bez. Anyway. This could be interesting, I must say. Bez, you could argue, in the charity event was probably the weaker link in NDC, which cost them the charity win. But he's still a quick driver nonetheless. He was still up there. Ruben, we know how insane he is. When it comes to strategy, he is an absolute maniac. Just looking down, I mean, BJ Urenson, from what we saw from him at the back end in Div 2, he was nowhere near the best. Thought maybe due to lack of practice, God knows what, he was just filling in. But he seemed to struggle a lot, so no idea what that is. Maybe he's improved, we'll see. There's a lot of unknowns going into this. And I'm excited to see who's going to take pole. It's going to be a brilliant qualifying session, I must say. I think it's going to be... He's going to come down to thousands, hundreds. We saw it come down to a literal thousandth between Tim and JD yesterday in the grid. That was for lower positions, but still, that's how close it is. And anyone can honestly win this. Let's have a look at the cars as well. No one's using the Corvette, so that's even more interesting. Hopefully then take 2. Everyone will be able to get away just nicely. Remember the slowdown zones, exit of turn 1 and forest elbow here. So everyone just pushes the wall through there. So let's try this again. Qualifying for the season opener, season 3, division 1 GTEL is a go, as I butcher that terribly. Look down the 10 grid order. Oh no. Oh no. Bears. Bears. Oh, this is... Come on. It's really annoying. Oh, that's really aggressive. I mean, honestly, Ruben, he does stand back quality at times. I mean, last season he started doing it mainly because he was so far ahead. And I was just waiting on BJ Orenson. Maybe if he wins, he'll be getting something along those lines today. Are we going to back out? Yes, no, maybe, possibly Thursday. We've not got all day. I mean, are we going to be sitting here like at Spa going, oh, what's a red flag for session constantly? Thank you. No more restarts after this. Get fed up. Please make sure you connect. Geez, yeah, no, I don't get it. It's very neglectful. It's. Right. What's going on? There's... Oh, we're not sorting this. You should have restarted this PlayStation long ago. We're not doing it now, 15 minutes into the race. Why is it going caps? Already 13 minutes behind schedule. I mean, take every precautionary measure, I guess. I mean, just painful just to sit here. I mean, I've had people before take good 10 minutes just to restart a PlayStation. I mean, how slow is it? Alright, here we go. For the sake of time, love, and the Mother Mary. We're always, yeah, I know, but we're trying to cut down on it. I mean, it gets annoying, especially having to do 2 restarts. God bless everyone, let's hope for the best. If it doesn't work, then... Oh, Ruben's got engine damage. That's not something you want before quali. Where... This is at Hell Corner. Oh, no, this is Dom. Ruben's also got it down at Murray's at the final turn. Right. We wait. We hope. Can everyone get out nicely? There we go. we'll see. Moment of truth, he's in the wall. I do not get this. Everyone's out fine except for Bears, so it's probably going to be a 9-car start. This game does really need to fix this glitch. It's quite... I've already said no more restarts. This game does make me wonder. We will just be sitting here doing restarts constantly. And people can get annoyed all they want, but it's not our fault. And if it's going to keep happening, the more we restart, we're just wasting time. Quality should be done by now. But if we keep restarting and the glitch keeps happening, it's not getting any better, so what the fuck are we meant to do? Took that better than most people would. Anyway, Paolo leads them out. Hopefully Mamba's going to back off the COC teammates. I mean, there's a lot of COC drivers in here. They pretty much only here. They are a quick team though. So Paolo, Mamba will be getting the toe down to Conrod straight. Hopefully they do give each other a bit of space because the dirty air, especially down their mountain, can be quite problematic. Dom as well. No liveried McLaren. Surely you can do something with that. Plain white though looks good. The Citroen, we've not seen this car yet, so this car will debut. It's just B&R and yeah, talk about it. Yeah, it's B&R, who one of them won't be taking quali, and COC. COC, there are rules in place about sponsors and livery, so it's not overwhelming. So there's less B&R here, so B&R can go and have all of the sponsors on the car and whatnot. COC, not so much, but Paolo, he leads the way, coming down the Conrod straight up towards Quarry Bend. Mamba follows him as well. That slipstream's going to do him good. Ruben really close to the back of Albertini. One mistake by Albertini as he misses the apex into the barrier, that's what I mean. Ruben had to go off the line a bit there, so tricky, but I don't think it will have cost him too much time as he climbs up through turn 4. Up towards turn number 5. Oh, big moment there as he comes through Rise Park there by Ruben. Loses the rear a bit there. It's really shaky for the driver from Panama. The Panamanian. I think I'm saying it right. Through Skyline down towards the S's and the Dipper. Down the mountain he goes. Really tricky section of the course as we go back to the front though. Paolo being a bit cautious through there, a bit twitchy as he comes down towards Forest Elbow. Get your braking point just right. Don't be carrying too little or too much speed, because too much and going straight into the barrier too little, you have no momentum. As Mambo really close to the barrier there as well. And Ruben seemingly getting it just right in the background there as well. And pretty much all spread out nicely. I think they'll just about be in slipstream range. Ruben's gaining on Mamba ahead it seems, so that will be good signs for a good lap as Paolo's coming towards the chase and the final few turns. There's 2 turns to go then, just Murray's to go. It's a tight 90-degree turn. What can he do then in the Peugeot, braking about the 50-metre board? Nails the apex nicely. How's the power though? Beautiful. We don't want to get too much on the curb or you will spin it up towards the line. It's looking good for Paolo. A 2:01.8. It's fastest lap we've seen all weekend. Mambo's at a slow one, a 2:03.8. Ruben's into the pit lane. So Ruben doing typical Ruben stuff. And this is going to be interesting. Dom's looking like he's having a decent lap as well towards the line. He goes top by 3/10 with a 1.5 or a Toro 1.5. B. Duranson a 3:1. And then Sati will go third with a 2-minute free flat. Olaf will be next to take the start. Yugi, I think. Paolo has improved. A lot of the COCs are using the Peugeot. If you know what I'm thinking, then let's not say it because we don't want to get controversial. But anyway. Olaf is... We've just missed his split, actually. But there's a long gap, so this is... It's good, there's a lot of space, so like... The top 5 relatively close together, but Olaf, there's a lot of space he's got. He's just got one turn to go. And we'll get an idea of where he's going to... Where he'll be. I don't... This is going to be slower than we've seen, but it's at least decent. Let's see for Olaf as he crosses the line. A 2:03.8 puts him in the back of the grid, but 1,000 between him and his teammate Mamba Strike. That's what we're on about. I mean, milliseconds, literal milliseconds in this. Another COC driver, Slim, what can he do as he's all on the grass there through Skyline down towards the S's and then the Dipper. That's going to cost him a huge chunk of time. Albertini, he had that mistake early on to go to the pit lane, so 2 more guys just to set a lap time. Back up at the front though, Paolo, he improves into second. Just trying to find who's next. Mamba, no. So Dom coming around the final turn. It's looking good for him so far. Can he improve on his current provisional pole time? I think he can, up towards the line. 2:09, near a 2:04. Well, near a 2:01, but it's the first sub 2:01 we've seen. B. Joranson can't improve. Mamba Strike sliding all the way down the hill. As Slim comes through the chase on the grass again, he's really seemingly struggling in that Mazda. Twitchy just able to hold on to her. Just on the edge up towards the final turn. This is not going to be a really respectable lap time from Slim, but he will have time to just about go again. He'll be able to get 2 more laps in, but without fresh rubber up towards the line. He goes 7th, and he's a fair bit off the back of Olaf. Ruben yet set a lap time, and Albertini in the pit lane again. And he may only just get out to do a lap. Ruben, he's been doing his weird strategy thing up the hill we see, and going to see the beautiful brakeless break really close to the wall then on entry into the cutting. Turns 3 and 4, really nice section as they start climbing up the mountain through Rise Park. And then up towards Solomon Park, then McPhillamy Park. Again, loose at the rear, but holds onto it nicely as he comes through McPhillamy Park, brushes the wall. Doesn't pick up damage, but sparks flying there as he's now going to come through Skyline. This little left-hander, there's a lot of left-handers, and Olaf will go 3rd with a 2:02.4. That Mazda's really looking twitchy for Ruben. He's really fighting the car through here. But if he gets the time, he gets the time at the end of the day. Paolo OP, yeah, on Div 1 debut, currently 1st. Let's see what he can do up towards the line. Mamba. No, Mamba's nowhere near. 7 tenths. Paolo needs to find it. This is looking good up towards the line. He does improve, but he doesn't gain. Sati and BJ Aronson. Yes, Sati will be next up towards the line. I think we'll get to see Ruben's lap time. BJ's looking like he's going to improve on this one around final turn nicely. Just a bit too much curb up towards the line. What can he do? Not quite the improvement he needed. Ruben around final turn. What's he going to do then? First lap for defending champion. It's not going to be up top, but he does go 2nd, and with 1 lap to go, he's just a 10th off. Brian Telbez, he can't look. What's your question? Slim at 2:03.1. He's currently down in 7th, so far it's quite close, and you just have to think that brush up at McPhillamy Park, did that cost Ruben some vital time? Dom's coming down, VS is through the Dipper, he's also improving, and it's going to be a close one, I think. Mamba, he goes 5th as Dom's really fighting it down the hill as he goes towards Forest Elbow, but Mamba at 2:02.6 keeps him 5th. Olaf, he goes 4th with a 2:02.3 down the back straight then. We go down the Conroy straight, the longest straight, need good power here. Can Bez restart his game and after quality before the race? Nope, he will not be able to join back if he cancels entry. Dom's improving more. It's only 300 or so he's going to need a really clean final sector down towards the chase chicane. break this glowing in the dark. Where's Paolo? He's coming around the final turn. He's not going to be improving on this lap, I'm afraid, for any of you Irish fans there. And that'll be his quality done. Worn tyres for Dom. It's a good exit there through the final turn up towards the line. Can he improve? No, only just misses out. Who will be next? Olaf's there, Mamba's there. Just trying to find who's coming up to the line next. It's going to be BJ. Can he improve? I think he will. He will go 5th with a 2:02.5. Ruben, he's next up. It's looking good for the defending champion. He goes pole, and that looks convincing for the defending champion. A 2:08. Just trying to find who's next up towards the line. It will be Slim, the finish driver, the first actual finish driver, I believe, in the league. Up towards the line we go. What's it going to be for Slim? It's looking decent. Can he improve? He goes 6th. Sati, he's next up in the Citroen. He goes 4th with 2:01. And I think it may just be Mamba who's currently down in 8th. Mamba's going to need a good lap. Albertini's not set a lap yet either. So is he on a flyer? Albertini round the final turn. What can he do? He's only set 1 lap. The Porsche. Bit too much curb, you have to think there. It's going to cost him a bit of speed up towards the line though. He only goes 8th. Mamba, to improve, he needs to find something. He will not, and Mamba will start on the back row of the grid. And Olaf goes 5th. But it's pole for defending champion, and everyone's saying Ruben isn't the quickest. Well, how about that? In qualifying, you didn't get to choose your own car. They were set, and everyone was saying, oh, well, clearly, he wasn't the fastest because he was forced into qualifying. He's probably not comfortable with. Get him in his own car, though. That's representative. And Ruben takes pole by a 10th. Look at these gaps, though. Look at that, 9 milliseconds. Ruben is the fastest. And confirmation of the results then. Ruben on pole, still trying to hold on to his unbeaten record, but there's still an hour of racing ahead of them. GTEL Division 1 season opener from Bathurst at night. Here is the grid. Ruben on pole, followed by Domini's debut. Paolo in Division 1 debut starts on the 2nd row of the grid, followed by Sati on his debut. Olaf and B. Jurgensen on row 3, and then Slim and Altini on row 4. Just have a look at the lights then. I think I can just see them. Lights are on then. And away we go. Racing looks like it's a brilliant start there by Paolo. Ruben as well has got off to a flyer. Dom further back though is going to get swapped here by Sati down towards turn number 1, I believe. There's Paolo as well. No, that's Olaf, sorry, with a good start. Paolo's dropped down into 5th, slims up into 6th. Paolo's back into 4th though. But Ruben leads up Mountain Straight. There's going to be a bit of bump drafting here inside. He's going to try and find his way down the inside up towards Quarry. He's going to have to back out, but the slipstream. Look at this train here, up towards Quarry. Ruben leads, and look at this. How close is this? Olaf 3rd, Paolo 4th. Look at this then. This is beautifully close as they go up towards cutting for the first time. Ruben, he leads. He's already got a fairly big gap as Dom's trying to chase him down. And these lot are going to have to hope they don't start squabbling. But Olaf is the Sati making a mistake there through turn 4, and B. Jurgensen is just off into the back there. But Ruben leads then. And Paolo really close to the back of his teammate Olaf. There's no team's championships, remember. But they're still bragging rights to play for. It's Peugeot versus Peugeot as he's running through Skyline. Is this going to be moved by Paolo? He's going to think better of it. He will back up. He's not going to really be dumb enough. B. Jurgensen's being hunted. Sorry, Sati's being hunted down by Slim as they go drop down for Helen Mamba. Very slightly there in the Mercedes for the multiple race winner in Division 2 last season. He might have to start getting his foot down. He's going to start. There's going to be a bit of a gap being bridged. But down the hill there, Dom's brilliant middle sector. He's right onto the back of Ruben. He's going to go for the move, I think, here in towards the chase. He's going to be side by side in towards the little left-hander kink, and Dom will be ahead, and Ruben may not even be close enough to try and fight it back. He's tucked into the slipstream. What's he going to think? Ruben's not going to be an idiot, and I think Ruben may have just let that happen a bit there. Ruben now may just sit behind Dom. We've seen this many, many times before, where Ruben will just sit behind, and Dom's going to have to do everything he can to try and break the faster guy. But now this will allow Ruben to just sit behind on fuel save, and this is why Ruben's the defending champion at the end of lap 1 though. Dom leads, followed by Ruben, Olaf, Paolo, and Sati's now pulling away from Slim a bit here as they're all going through Hell Corner up towards Mountain Straight. Further back, Mamba's right onto the back of his team, and there's just a little train of 4 here. As Ruben, he's going to be gaining, but will he go for the move? I don't think he will. Ruben's not really a racing person. He likes to do what Ruben likes to do. He will just sit behind him. This may actually allow Olaf and Paolo to close in if Dom ends up being a bit slower and holding up further back. There's a bit of a battle here as Mamba and his teammate Slim going side by side up towards turn number 3, and Albertini's trying to get himself involved here as well. This may not end well. B. Johnson, you can see him hitting the wall there. Mamba's up into 6th, and Albertini's followed through into 7th, and Slim's getting swamped here as the lead car just struggling. Now BJ's lineup moves all right on board of him as they go up the hill. BJ's bouncing across the wall, doing no good to his bumper, but Dom, through this mountain section, he's really good through the mountain and the middle sector. We saw him gain last time through there, and this might mean Ruben has to start trying to put his foot down a bit here. Now that is interesting. So Dom through the technical part of the track, clean air, he's really quick as Ruben brushes the wall through Mountain Straight, through Forest Elbow, and now Ruben may have to change up his game plan a bit here as Dom's not going to let this one go easily. He is bridging a bit of a gap here. Paolo being hunted down by Sartis, he's finally bridged a gap, and Olaf pulling a bit ahead from his COC counterpart. Sarti really close to the back then. Paolo's going to give him the inside line, but Sarti's not going to be close enough to really think for a move further back. Albertini's got himself up in 6 as Mamba's not going to be close enough to really fight for a move. That may have actually happened down Conroy Straight long beforehand, but it's a good exit from the chase by Mamba. He's tucked into the slipstream. He's not going to go up that inside line. Round the outside of Murray's, Mamba's going to have to go try to find a bit of a switchback, but that's brewing work there by Albertini to defend that. And Slim will just get invited into it at the end of lap 2. Dom leads from Ruben, who's breached a 1.4 second gap, and now Ruben, he's out of slipstream range in his game plan. He is gonna have to swap. Dom clearly hasn't read the script. As Sarti's now got himself into 4th, and Paolo they're going to have to try and keep up, but Sarti's finding brilliant pace at the start of the race. One B&R guy did it yesterday. Now looking at tyres, Dom softs, Ruben softs for Olaf. Everyone, all 9 racers are on softs. That is interesting. No real variation of strategy just yet. Looking at fuel consumption as Sarti grazes the wall there. Dom has burnt up a lot more fuel than Ruben so far in the opening 5 and a bit minutes. And he's pulling away even more. So even a 1-stop, maybe Dom realises Ruben's going for a 1-stop as downfield he's gaining a bit of time. Maybe Ruben will just have to switch up his game plan here. Good exit from Forest Elbow, and he will be gaining all the way down the straight as Paolo, it's a long way down Conrod Straight, tucked into the slipstream of Sarti. Sarti will have the advantage from Olaf just up ahead. It's not going to be as big though, and Paolo is gaining and he's gaining and he's gaining up towards the chase. Who will have the inside line into the kink? Paolo's going to try and go for it. He's going to try and find a gap that doesn't really exist. He's going to try and just hold on to the car nicely and round the outside of the chase. He's going to try and fight it. And that's going to be a beautiful move there, done by Paolo further back. Mamba's fighting Albertini and Slim in the background there. And Slim all over the back of Albertini. Down towards Morris. He's going to think for a move. They don't really have much of a run here. And this little squabbling between these 3 is keeping BJ in the hunt for the final points paying position. Remember, top 8 score points in the last one will really cost them, and Ruben now starting to put his foot down and take some time. But Dom's currently got the fastest lap of the race at 2 minute 8, or 2 minutes 08. And now starting to thin out through the mountain. This squabble for the podium is going to be interesting. So far, Olaf, whilst these 2 are squabbling for 4 further back, this is allowing him to just stay comfortable, maybe conserve his tyres and fuel a bit more. Maybe he's thinking of the wider picture. Ruben really twitched out turn 4 there. As he still hunts down Dom. We've never had a Brit win a Div 1 race. We've only actually had 2 people in a Div 1 a Division 1 race. We've had Ruben and Devil. We've had multiple people on the podium. But anyway, have we had a Brit podium in Div 1 before? Can we think of a Brit that may have podiumed in Div 1? Because I'm not sure. 1.7 seconds is the gap, 4.6 seconds is the gap between second and third. As Olaf, he's still got the two behind in slipstream range. And Paolo, he's gained a fair bit. He's pulling a bit of a gap between himself and Sati. And now it's a long run here. Slipstream, when you're in the same car, base setup, Paolo will be feeling a big benefit down the Conrad Straight. He might be fancy himself getting into third here as they come through the chase. Is he going to think of a late move? He thinks better of it. Doesn't really want to take his team out at this point. That would be risky. That would be stupid. And the Irish are just a bit more patient for now. A good run though. He's not going to be close enough unless he's really stupid. There's not much room on exit really to go for a dive bomb either, as Maurice has a really tight turn. And so is Hellcorn. It's really tricky to try and go for any sort of moves. The only real overtaking spots down in towards Quarry, turn 2, and through the chase at the end of the Conrad Straight. But we can see good battles, and speaking of a move into turn 2, Paolo right to the back of his teammate here. No team orders will be played out, no team strategy really. And ahead goes Paolo. Maybe there will be a bit of strategy and it will work together, as Olaf seemed to let him just go. Don't want to really fight it, don't want to invite Sati into this, but now they might be able to work together, try and close the gap to Ruben, or at least bridge the gap away from Sati. Back at the front, 1.7 seconds, there's still the gap, and then the squabble further back. Albertini and Mamba still going at it. And this is just, imagine this with more people. Casey did podium, yes. Albertini really close to the back of Mamba as they come up through the top of the mountain, through Skyline. Now, Ben, Crowhawk, there are so many names, you throw it into the hat and we could be seeing 5-way battles for the lead, and Albertini's a bit of a moment there. Too close to the back of Mamba, too much dirty air, and now Slim's going to be back into this, and he's going to have to be careful down the mountain straight, sorry, down Conrad Street, try and get himself into this. Olaf, he's not close enough to Paolo, and the Citroen does a fair amount of power into the back of it, and Sati is gaining. I don't think he's even close enough for a move in towards the chase. Oh, a bit of a lag spike there. Thought that was Sati going off for a minute. It's a poor exit through the chase for for Olaf, and Sati's right onto the back of Olaf. How aggressive is he going to be in towards Murray? How's the exit as well? Bit of a wider line, you see a gap opening, a tiny gap, not much, but the gap is still there. But a good exit out of turn 1 up towards Quarry, and Olaf could be finding himself under a bit of pressure here. Sati is extremely close, you can see him gaining into the background. Is it going to be 2 laps into the same turn? Olaf is going to lose 2 places. Side by side they're going to go, and Sati is going to be comfortably ahead, and I think Olaf isn't really going to fight, just going to let it go easily. Thinking of the bigger picture, don't want to cause any unnecessary problems. And see in the background, Mamba and Albertini are slowly gaining in on these lot. And now Sati's going to try and close this 1.4 second gap between Paolo and himself and Paolo. Olaf might want to try and help Sati bridge a bit of a gap a bit more. I'm sorry, allow Paolo and just try and fight him a bit more. Olaf not really close to the back. Mamba and Albertini neither. And 3 seconds now. Dom has really put his foot down. In the last couple of laps, he's taken a second out of Ruben. Now Ruben's going to have to respond fuel-wise. Looking at the wider picture, Ruben is going to attempt for 1 stop here. So Dom, he's really going to have to put his foot down here, because Ruben can save fuel and still put blistering lap times. But it's going to be hard. We've not seen Ruben really try a 1 stop in no man's land. Dom not only broke the toe, but then pulled a gap. a fairly big gap. As we typically saw last season, Ruben would just let Devil sit in the back, and Ruben, he went for the same thing, but Dom's been doing his research. He hasn't read the script, and he has just gone for it, and now he knows what Ruben's plan is, but he's still setting consistently fast laps. And if we look at the 45 minute to go mark at his fuel, if that fuel tank's exactly at halfway, which it probably will be, the one stop is definitely on, and then we could be seeing something really interesting. He's gaining on Dom a tiny bit through the first sector, nothing massive. Now 3 seconds is the gap between third and fourth for Albertini and Mamba. Look, all these cars down on one straight. B. Jurgensen's in the background there. No, you are not the first ever German champ, Maystow. You are not. Devil won Division 1 in Season 1. We have had 2 Germans, a Panamanian, a Canadian, an Irishman. Yeah, they're the 5 championships we've had. 2 Germans. If Devil wants a chance at winning Div 1 this season and taking his title back, he's going to have to do a lot of work, I must say. In Div 2 Season 2. Yeah, very funny. Sarti's slowly trying to bridge a bit of a gap as Olaf really drifting through there, and Albertini is gaining, but 3.5 seconds. Paolo is pulling a bit of a gap here, and he may be eyeing up trying to hunt down Ruben a bit. So far, fuel for a lot of these is looking fairly good for a one stop. If they do slow it down a bit more now, Paolo is also looking like he's only 11 seconds off the leader, Dom. And coming up to the halfway mark, he only needs to find a minute of fuel. He needs to find about a minute of fuel. That's not much. So Paolo, definitely, if he starts fuel saving a bit more, the gap is there. Looking at fuel, Olaf as well can go for a one stop. Albertini, probably not. Looking down the order, Dom, it's looking unlikely for him, but Ruben, he's just on the halfway mark as well. Paolo may just be going for the exact same thing Ruben's going for. And now Dom, really, if Dom is going for a two-stop, he will have to put his foot down massively. It's interesting to see no one really saw Brian start on the mediums yesterday either and go for that, because that, in my opinion, is probably the go-to strategy. It's the safest strategy, especially with Brian's start pace as well. He had brilliant pace on the mediums yesterday, and that really what secured him that third place. Started down in 8th, brilliant start reactions into 3rd by the first lap. Bit of sparks flying up there. Paolo's is taken about a 10th out of Ruben. There's yellow flags, and what's that for? Oh, Dom! Dom's got damage! What's happened here? Ruben's right in the back. We saw the yellow flags, but Dom coming through. Oh, Dom, he catches the curve. That's too much. And a pirouette. He does not lose that much time, and that is one very, very lucky man. And Ruben has now been gifted Dom's backside and a toe. And the straight line speed's going to be severely impacted, and Ruben's going to go for a mover. He doesn't really have much choice. Dom lacking a lot of straight line speed. Let's have a look at that again. You see, we're right on board with him. He comes through Skyline, takes too much curve and just spins it, and there's a full 360. He's extremely lucky to not walk away with more damage there. And now he's going to have to do what Brian did and try and extend one of his stints. He's going to have to go a bit early, so this may just be the time to put on the mediums and Dom go a bit longer in this middle stint. But now Ruben, the race leader, and Dom may also come out with traffic. Albertini, he's also into the pit lane. This B. Jurgensen's looking like he's going to set his personal best lap of the race so far, but what are these lot going to do? Dom's going to have to spend more time fixing the car, but that is just... Well, this is what I mean. Anything can happen at Bathurst, and Dom damage being fixed, and Albertini is going to be able to take some time out of him as well. Comes out full tank of fuel, but on the softs, Albertini. Will he come out on the mediums? Albertini does. Someone may just have to pass the message on to Dom. Remember, use 2 sets of tyres unless he's thinking of doing the mediums last, which is probably the worst of the groupings. Olaf's got past Sarti and bridged the gap, and now Sarti's under pressure from Mamba Strike. And Slim, I think, that is behind. They're not too far off Altini. Ruben has just got the lead, and this has actually put Paolo in second as well. Dom was leading a long way. Let's just get one last replay as nothing's really going on right now. Dom catches the curb through Skyline, hits the wall. He is so lucky to get away with that. That could honestly have been catastrophic, but the undercut now is going to help him massively. And Ruben will be fully committed to this undercut, but well, as we are approaching the pit window for anyone going for a standard 1 stop, standard 2 stop. Oh, there's a bit of chaos going on there. Asati's going to drop right down 6th. What has happened there? Down the corner straight up towards the chase. Sarti being hunted down by Mamba and Slim. They're both really close into the slipstream here. Is anyone going to have the inside line into the kink? That normally secures move. Mamba's thinking of going around the outside. Gets the inside line. Sarti doesn't cover it. The space is left there, but Sarti goes deep and rejoins, and brilliant work there by Sarti, I must say. Rejoins the track safely, and then he responds and goes into the pit lane with Mamba, who was ahead of him. And Sarti, out of this little bunch of 3, has the most fuel in his car. You can see the fuel going into the car. I do really like that. Mamba has actually started refueling sooner. Fuel's been stopped. Sarti's taken a lot less, so Sarti should be out ahead. Mamba and Sarti both onto the mediums, and where will they come out? Mamba just ahead, but they have used both sets of compounds as they go onto the mediums. And how's BJ? BJ has as well. So 4 out of the 9 people in this race. 4 out of the 5 people to pit so far. Ruben and Paolo looking like they're going to go for a 1 stop, which could be a brilliant result for Paolo if he pulls off. Looking at his fuel, I think he's starting to put the afterburners on a bit here, and he's now got, I'd say, about 5 minutes of fuel left. No Crowhawk, no Ben, no Devil. They're all out. They're still on holiday. So it just makes me even more excited for Kyoto, as that's a brilliant racetrack, I must say. Watching them go up VS's in the first sector. It's a brilliant track, really hard on your tyres, so it does make strategy a bit harder. But Ruben really pulling a gap now to Paolo. Ruben pulling a gap to Paolo. Now, is Ruben thinking about the damage that Dom had and maybe switching up to a 2-stop, or maybe switching the strategy up a tiny bit, as he will not take this 9.5 minutes, I don't think. Paolo into the pit lane. Olaf continues. Slim continues. Dom 31 seconds and gaining now. The undercut that Dom will have able to take. Maybe Dom does have a lot of speed, and that's what I'm getting to. The undercut that Dom will take, if Ruben does switch his strategy up, Dom may have cancelled out and get more time. So the time it's spent in the pit lane, you lose about 4 seconds. Losing about 4 seconds in the pit lane with that extra damage, and then also being overtaken. He kind of did make the mistake at just the right time, and it was probably also a sign the tyres are going off. But with this undercut, he may just be able to take more time out of him last lap. Well, we'll see really on this time round. 15 seconds of the gap between Olaf and Ruben. Oh, do apologise for that. Slim's currently finding himself in third. He's 20 seconds off, and Mamba should definitely come out a long way ahead, and Sarti struggling now as Mamba drifting through turn 4. slowly gaining. Albertini has also pitted, but he does lead the two of them, so Vions could definitely help them jump. It's a really tight battle. Paolo has gained 8 seconds on, I think 3 or so seconds on Dom. But Dom is a man on a mission, hunting down. You see 29 seconds, that gap has gone down. Last lap for Ruben. Into the pits vent comes the race leader. And where will Dom be? Will Olaf follow in? Ruben switching up his strategy to what we thought he did. Are we going to see a Le Mans repeat maybe? He will be able to spend less time. Dom full tanked his fuel, Ruben won't. Dom knows he's going to have to go a bit longer on the stint, but I don't quite know why he didn't go into the mediums, as that would have helped him a lot. Fuel going into Ruben's car, but it won't show. That's really annoying. Olaf, ahead he goes, and Slim is also. They'll be the race leaders, and here we go. Ruben's making it spicy, and he'll come out just ahead of Slim. Oh, sorry, just behind Slim. He's gone onto the medium. He's doing the short stint on the harder compound of tyres. And here's what we saw at Le Mans. One set. He didn't quite go for the 30 minutes, but he's going to half tank it and now try and take this for the next 15 minutes. A half tank, or at least a bit sooner. Ruben can definitely do this, and now he's found himself 6 seconds ahead of Dom, and was talking about strategy yesterday. If you want to know what, go and re-watch Le Mans from Division 1 in Season 1. It was a brilliant race. Brian got his first ever podium, if you're a fan of him. I'm sure no one is. Brilliant work then by Ruben if he can hold this on. And you can see that Slim's on worn tyres and he's pulling a bit of a gap. Not much, but he's pulling a bit of a gap as Slim makes a bit of a mistake there. That will pick himself up a penalty. As Ruben's going to have to try and clear him. He's going to try and go for a move down in towards Forest Elbow. That's going to be a move of the season if he can pull it off. Not quite. But now he can just sit in the background as Slim actually will serve his penalty and Ruben will be comfortably ahead. Didn't quite get a chance there, I don't think, Ruben, to really maximise the fuel saving he possibly could have. But Olaf definitely going for the one-stop there. So there will be someone trying a one-stop in this race, but it's not the person we thought it was. And so far Olaf looking comfortable, but Ruben, we'll see next time round. This lap, a 2 minute, there's blue flags up ahead. I don't quite know who for. Yeah, I don't know. 2 minute 5, 3 seconds out of him last lap. That will be aided by the pit lane. But Ruben's lost a lot of time. Dom's only three or so seconds up the road now from Ruben to what was 7. Last lap for Dom then, a 2:09, a 2 minute 9. Dom will have to contend with traffic. I think Slim, his teammate, will let him go. I don't think Slim will fight it. Slim bouncing off the wall. Will Slim let him go? Now this is really going to help Ruben out here as Slim. You can't really let him go on over teammates, but there's no team championship. We do just race in the same team. Now all up the mountain, Dom will be losing time to Ruben as he's stuck behind Slim. Oh, and bumps him out the way a bit there. That's a bit unsporting. And Slim's still in a bit of a race for it. He may just be trying to one-stop it, but red lighting it, he's going to have to go a bit longer. Olaf, he is someone that could one-stop. Oh, what's happened to Olaf? Olaf's picked up damage. I don't think we can see where, if anyone can get any news on what happened to Olaf. That helps Ruben even more. And now, if Olaf wants a one-stop, he's going to at least have to go 1 or maybe 2 laps longer. And this will help Ruben get the jump on him. And that damage will do him no good, and that may put a change into Olaf's strategy, as that's going to really impact his straight line speed and his handling. You see the little triangle, that's suspension and wheel damage. That means your turning is going to be a bit iffy. And then the front bumper means you're going to be lacking a bit of straight line speed. The aerodynamics and the downforce going to be struggling a bit as Slim goes into the pit lane. So Olaf will be struggling a bit here. Down the straight, we are going to see a massive chunk. A 2:59 last lap for him. I'm just looking at down the order. Who's taken tyres? I think Dom's on softs, Paolo's on to mediums. So that's 6. We need Dom. Where's Slim? Slim comes out in 9th. He's still not quite yet. Slim full tanks it, so he is going to try and one stop it, but he will come out dead last, battling with BJ, but he will bumping wheels there. But it's just Dom and Olaf to use both sets of tyres. And Slim now is going to be in a bit of traffic here. He did have to full tank it, so Slim will have to one stop. He's going to have to save a bit more fuel than he would like to, which is going to cost him. I may be commentated. I don't know if endurance races won't be commentated. I don't think, and I may commentate FVRA again. I may do FVR if I'm able to. Actually, no, I probably won't be because of GTEL. Real shame. Maybe the Academy if it's on Friday, but we'll see. Anyway, Olaf really being hunted down by Ruben here, and now Olaf might go for an extra lap and try and hold Ruben up. Red light is on. If Ruben catches him by the straight, he's going to have to do it into the pit lane, then goes Olaf, and Ruben follows him in. Now this is interesting. What is Ruben's plan? Ruben's come in, medium's barely worn. He could go a lot longer. Is he trying to jump Olaf in the pit lane? Olaf and Ruben are completely different battles here. This is going to give Dom the lead, and now this strategy, Ruben's going to try and go to the end here. Where will Ruben come out? Because Ruben could come out in some bad traffic. And Ruben will. Now then, Ruben's got a battle with Mamba Strike and Albertini. And now this is gonna be interesting. What is Ruben doing? He's not doing the Le Mans strat though. He's almost like he's doing the reverse Le Mans strat, because at Le Mans he did 30 minutes, 10 and then 20. Feeling proud of my teammates. I'm with Cam West and Heavyhead for the Helix event. I don't know where it will be streamed on, but if you want to plug it, go ahead, Sick. So then at the halfway stage, Dom is leading, followed by Paolo on his Division 1 debut, now Martini on his Division 1 debut, 3 debutants in the top division, and 1 overall GTL debut other than Dom's charity event appearance. They are leading, and now Mamba. This might be a bit of a dirty strategy. Mamba seemingly slowing down a bit. He may just be a bit slower. But this can really help Dom out here if Mamba can slow down Ruben and try and stop him again. So, I think there's a bit of a fight going on here. Yes, down to the battle for Scandinavia, it seems. BJ Aronson and Slim going at it. BJ is going to try and go around the outside. Slim's bumping him a bit here. Don't think that was necessarily intentional, but we're going to have a look at it anyway. Slim goes really deep into the chase. There's no contact there. And it does look like Slim moved a bit on him, but I don't know. Ruben's doing something and it scares me because I don't know what it is. Albertini brushing the wall a bit there. Now Ruben, he can't get caught up behind Mamba. Mamba's doing... We'll have a look at Ruben's last lap for 1:59.9. That's a blistering outlap. So you do gain a second or so. That's quicker than Dom's outlaps have been, and he will need to clear Mamba quickly when he catches onto the back of him. I don't quite know what Ruben's doing, but it scares me. Well, I think he's doing the reversal. There's a mistake by Mamba, and there's a penalty as well, so this is going to really help Ruben clear him down towards Forest Elbow. May try and go a bit sooner, but Mamba will have to serve this penalty into the slowdown zone. I think Ruben knows this. Yes, Mamba pulls off to the side, starts taking a penalty, and Ruben is through. Would have only cost him a couple tenths or so. Now, if he was doing the Le Mans strategy we saw in Season 1, he would look like he was going for a one-stop. He would fuel save to 30 minutes and then do a 10-minute stint. I don't quite know why he took that much fuel then. But if he does pull this one-stop off, he still needs to gain time on Dom. Because, put it this way, as it stands, Dom is 28 seconds up the road. Depending on... Dom will actually... Yeah, let's also remember, actually, Dom had to pit earlier. Dom's had to do a bit more fuel saving, have to be a bit more conservative. But Dom right now, as it stands, will only come out about 3-4 seconds behind Ruben. And with Ruben having to be a bit conservative and save his tyres, he will pull away. He will probably catch him 20 minutes to gain that much time on a quicker strategy. Seems almost a given. We've seen Dom make a mistake earlier though. Two seconds up the road for Ruben is Albertini, the Italian. Having a decent race so far eventually, if that back with the back of the pack sort of chaos. And keep in mind Olaf and Slim potentially one-stopping. I know Slim's definitely trying to commit to that and definitely can. Sorry, Olaf and then Slim as well. Dom into the pits then. Dom's going early, and now this could play into Ruben's hands a bit, as Dom will also have to be a bit conservative. And he will have to probably full tank it to go a bit longer. He can't try and be a bit sly and take a little less fuel to go to the end. 24.5 minutes. Still a fairly long way to go for the fuel tanks in GT Sport. And Paolo will be the new leader of the race. He will lead the race for the first time. Ruben's never been off first. Ruben's never lost a race. And look at that. Onto the mediums then for Dom. Dom's going for a bit of a longer strategy and only 2 seconds up the road. Oh well, now this just gets interesting. Olaf and Dom both used both sets of tyres as well, or 2 different compounds. Now this is gonna be spicy. Ruben is gonna have to do something magical right now. Fuel, let's go look at his fuel. Ruben's fuel compared to Olaf's, pretty much the same. That's a good marker to go off. But to defend, Ruben will have to burn his tyres a bit more. And surely Ruben would have wanted to do the shorter stint on softs and the longer stint on mediums. surely... Oh, Ruben and Albertini are gonna go at it here, and this is gonna cost him even more time. Tucked into the slipstream, this will benefit him. But he's gonna need to make this move quickly. Is he gonna just try and get a bit of fuel saving off the back of Albertini instead? Save fuel or time? Now, we've seen Ruben probably challenged only a couple of times. This is going to be his hardest opponent yet to win and keep an unbeaten record. But my god. Albertini goes past the pit entry and Ruben is going to get to the point where saving fuel is actually costing him more time. I mean... This is... Austria... In Austria, that's probably the closest someone's ever come to beating Ruben as BJ Orenson comes into the pit lane. But at the end, the move was too easy almost for Ruben. It wasn't much of a challenge, but Dom definitely... Dom's not going to be a straight up wall here. He will make Ruben work, because Albertini a bit twitchy, his tyres are coming to the end of their life. And Dom's tyres are 5 laps older, and he's got to go a lot less than Ruben has on his stint. And he will be able to put out more fuel and will be able to go quicker. Now, defending around this place, because the overtaking spots are in long straights, Ruben losing a lot of time through, as Albertini is just coming to the end of his stint. His tyres are coming to the end of it. Ruben may just think about going for the move end on Albertini instead of saving a bit of fuel, as Dom's now got that gap under 2 seconds, and Ruben, you can see he's barely maxing out the revs and he's definitely saving fuel. But how much is it costing him? Paolo as well, he's coming to the end of his stint, and will he go into the pit lane? No, he continues on. Paolo Albertini will be into the pits this time round. I think Ruben knows that. And down into the pit lane then goes Albertini, and Ruben will now have a bit of clean air to go for it. Paolo can go for a few more laps. But no OTBC. I think OTBC probably would have been Div 2 anyway. But Mamba Strike also into the pit lane. But what's confused me is Ruben, with the strategy he's done, why is he not doing the mediums on this longer stint? That's my question. So he probably would have been able to pull more time doing the soft on a short stint, so he would have been able to push them a bit more. And I think not passing Albertini Dom is not far up the road. Fuel-wise, Dom is going to be burning a lot more than Ruben. We know Ruben's a master at fuel saving, but it's still going to be close. Who do you think is going to win this? I can't call this. Paolo, his tyres seemingly coming to the end of their stint, as Ruben and Dom both hunting them down, and Dom nearing the slipstream range. Not the best of exits, had to kind of put on the brakes a bit there through Forest Elbow, was very close to the wall. Let's get an in-cockpit view, shall we? Look at this, the McLaren, beautiful sound. Well, no one seems to be close enough right now, so driver's eye, this is the visibility they have. It's very little. But a tip for GT Sport, if you are going to use lights, use the yellow lights. This is the only part of the track which is lit as well. Night race around Bathurst is extremely hard because of the lack of lighting. You can't really see much. It's a beautiful line, beautiful exit there through Hell Corner from Dom Beeson, or COC Dom as it is now. No setups has, and everyone's saying why is it no setups? This is why. Div 2 yesterday, really nice. Dom just slightly feathering the throttle there through turn 2. It's nice to just follow for a lap through here. Really twitchy, it was quite slow. You can see on the left hand side, really twitchy indeed. As a benefit is, Dom's on the mediums for this stint, and Ruben's on the softer tyre. Ruben will be able to go a bit quicker, but Dom really struggling for grip. Through the entry to the forest, he was a lot slower going into turn 4, and then just seeming to lose his grip as he goes through Rise Park. But look at this, you can see how much he's really fine. You can hear it, you can hear the tyre screech, and it's nice to just sit down and watch a lap around such a beautiful and tricky racetrack. It's like watching an artist at work as Dom. It's like a bobsleigh track downhill on ice with turn after turn. Really, really tricky. And Dom really struggling there through that mountain section. Ruben has pulled a good few tenths on. It'll be interesting to see the lap times through here. We're coming to the end of the lap. Nice through there. The McLaren with no setup is a really stable car. Dom again going a bit wide, and it takes, you have to run to the end of the curb to really get off of it. Through the chase, and he goes a bit deep, struggling to get the car slowed down. And that's cost him a good 10th again, up towards the line. A 2-minute 2.7. 7/10 Ruben actually took out of him that lap, and Olaf, with his one stop, looking at his fuel, Olaf is above target by about a lap, maybe even a lap and a half. Now Olaf and Slim will go into third. We'll go into third and fourth. Paolo will come out just behind Slim, and Paolo has the softer, fresher compound, and he can push a lot harder. Slim trying to one-stop, and Slim is going to have to pit earlier, I think. Slim's going to have to do a miracle to try and make all of this fuel last to the end. He's going to have to try and find a lap and a half or something. And this might be what happened with Ariel. It was really twitchy. It's going to be a big moment for Slim as he's struggling to slow the car down. Hits the wall, but that's the damage. And Slim's one-stop attempt will come to the end there. And Paolo, he's now got 8.5 seconds to find on the fuel-saving Olaf. Olaf's tyres are harder, of a harder compound, they're more worn, so that's where Paolo has the benefit. Fuel-wise, you can see Olaf has brought that fuel down instantly. You can see the fuel meter on the bottom of your screen. He's really spent the time this lap. He knows he had that excess. He knows Paolo's there. And then he puts his foot down and he's gone for it. But Paolo taking time out, 14.5 minutes. It's going to be a tricky one. And now we're going to have a nice battle for first and a nice battle for third here, I think, come the end of the race. And Paolo's really hunting down a podium in his first Division 1 race. Casey's watching the highlights now for F1, I believe. We all told him there's no point, there was no race. He was like, please don't spoil it, please don't spoil it. We said, don't waste your time. They didn't race. Max close to us, I guess you can say, after Lewis kind of being gifted points after Verstappen being rammed 2 races in a row. That little gift for Verstappen, it kind of evened things out a tiny bit. Blue flags up, I don't know why no one really nearby that's lapping you yet. I don't think we've seen anyone be lapped. Where's BJ? BJ's a long way down, but still not been lapped. And Ruben using the bit of saved up fuel he's got to pull ahead of Dom, and Dom's seemingly struggling on the mediums here. And Ruben really taking the time to pull last lap, another 3/10 out of him. So this gets interesting here. It's beautiful down through VS's by Dom though. It's very nice. Gained a lot of time through there and now needs a good exit through Forest obviously. That's beautiful. Look at the brake disc just light up. So let's see. Just look at Ruben's brake discs as he comes into the chase. Now this is just beautiful watching them light up. As he slams on the brakes, you can see the redness through the tyres. That is a really nice sight to see. Really good visualization. 5.8 seconds. Paolo is coming at 59.6. That's an outlap and a half there by the Irishman. He's currently setting a personal best sector. Olaf, a last lap, a 2-minute 4.1. A slowish lap there. But a one-stop has really done Olaf good. And if he can complete this, it will show it is possible. Ruben's strategy, still 11 minutes to go, so I don't quite know where it's going to come, but a 2-minute 2 flat, nearly 2 seconds taken out of him last lap for Paolo, and it's not going to be long. I don't think it's going to be long before Paolo catches Olaf. But come the end of this stint, come the end of this race, don't count Dom out of this. Dom is struggling now, but Ruben's got to take these soft tyres 30 minutes. He's done it before, but at Bathurst in the night, it's a lot colder. It's going to be like he's on ice in the last 5 or so minutes. Dom's on the mediums. These are meant to go longer. These can go 40 minutes on some tracks. So Dom can really grab the ball by the horns here. He's not lost too much time. I think he may have actually gained this lap. Well, look, last lap. He did gain a 10th last lap, and Dom can still see him. That's good motivation. Seeing Ruben up ahead is good motivation to keep pushing, seeing the car up ahead. And Olaf should be getting a similar message soon as well. You can see Olaf in the distance. It's Peugeot versus Peugeot as well, so there's no real car advantage either. Even though balance of performance is on, some cars still perform better than others. But even if Ruben wins this, Dom still has that fastest lap, so we'll have the extra point for that. I don't think there's really been anything to protest about either. It's been a relatively clean race, and it's been a good race so far as well. So we'll have a look down the order. Albertini's not far off Mamba Strike. It's been like that all race, in all honesty. BJ, he down in 9th, a minute down, but he's not been lapped. No one's been lapped, and this is the closeness of the grid. We've seen everyone be lapped every race pretty much we've had so far, but not today. Three seconds. Dom lost time last lap. And Ruben maybe just taking time, save a bit of fuel, and then put the burners on. Dom has more fuel than Ruben at this point, like it has been pretty much all stint. Dom, down this downhill section, just gained so much time on him. He did do really well. So, Dom Beeson hunting down the defending champion. Two and a half seconds up the road. It's going to be a tit-for-tat race of who's faster each lap, I must say. Dom gains and Ruben will respond for the next lap, it seems. The battle for third. 2.5 seconds, that gap's coming down, and Olaf's going to have to start using that fuel in reserve if he wants to hold on to this third place, but that fuel is going down quick, and he may run out of fuel to a certain point here. Olaf, a 2:05.1 last lap. Olaf seems to definitely be struggling. He knows his fuel's low. That's what is. Can my chair please be quiet? I don't know if you can. It's really creaky and old. Anyway, enough of my chair being annoying. 7 minutes to go. Olaf's at a stage where I'd say he's got about 5 minutes of fuel left. So we'll have to find 2 minutes. He has to find a whole lap of fuel. Now that, in 5 minutes, is going to be really hard, especially when you're trying to defend a podium position when an angry Irishman is chasing you. Paolo, though, has been pretty flawless all race. Credit to him. He has done really well. Who do you think's driver of the week, though, chap? From Div 1 and Div 2, who do you think, so far, driver of the week? I know who it's going to be, because I'm choosing it. But who's your driver of the week so far? I know who mine is. But Paolo is now in the slipstream range of Olaf. So it's not going to be long. Ruben, 2.8 seconds is the gap. He took 6/10 out of Dom last lap. And it's not going to be long then before Paolo is past Olaf. It's got to be Brian for driver of the week. Surely. Brian's performance yesterday was insane. Paolo's done well, credit where credit's due. But Brian just did something different yesterday, from a long way down the grid as well. Olaf, if he can pull this one stop off, and Brian, quite good. Tim's sportsmanship yesterday was really nice. Tim is a very nice guy, but tucked into the back. Olaf, he's going to be under a lot of pressure. He's going to be under a lot of pressure soon. If only there was a bit longer and Paolo could maybe try and chase that 21-second gap up ahead. But Olaf, he's going to defend this for his life. Or defend this like he's defending his life. But Paolo, the fresher tyres, he's just a lot more comfortable and he can wait for her as well. There is time. There's going to be about 2 laps left, I think. Maybe 3, depending on the leaders. You can see them on the mini-map in the top right of your screen. They're coming through the chase now. But Paolo can just be cautious. He doesn't have to take many risks. He knows the way he's gaining. He's so much quicker than Olaf. And he's going to get a few chances to overtake him. And here's one of them down the Comrade straight. Up towards the chase. And already with Olaf being in a lower fuel mode to try and fuel save, long before the Sector 3 split time, Paolo's ahead, but this will allow Olaf to tuck into the slipstream a bit more, and Olaf may be able to try and fight back, but does he have the tire grip? I don't think he does. Paolo just able to brake so much later, and I think that might be third place secured without mistakes for the next 2 laps for Paolo. A brilliant result for him. Driver of the day for Div 1. It's so hard because everyone's really finished where they started as it stands. Paolo, he's had a mistake-free drive. Dom definitely hasn't. Ruben's had a weird strategy. Olaf, I think it will just come more down to strategy than anything else, not where you started. I mean, Olaf, If he can finish this one stop, which I believe he can, 4th place for him, that would be really good. 4.6 seconds is the gap now. Ruben's got enough fuel saved up. He's going for this, and well, Dom is, no offense to Dom, I would say Dom is not. He didn't put on. He wasn't on pole. And especially that mistake definitely costed him. Ruben's strategy's weird. Division 1, you can't really call it because of how close it's been. But Dom is just losing out massively to Ruben now. Ruben saved up fuel. It's a brilliant strategy by him, I must say. We kind of knew Ruben was going to try and get the win. Was expecting it to be a bit closer. There's going to be another lap. He has red lighted it, so he's got a 5-second gap as well, so he should be a bit more comfortable to run a lower fuel mode, especially up the mountain. Up the mountain, it's so easy to actually save fuel. And back to 3rd, Paolo's bridging a healthy gap to Olaf as well now, as they enter the final lap of the race. Dom's mistake in his first stint, you can kind of say it may have just cost him. That time he did lose, and then having to alter the strategy. Dom's also got to be a bit cautious with fuel with the red light coming on. Paolo, no red light for him, and now wouldn't that be cruel if Dom ran out of fuel and Paolo was able to go and take 2nd? Ruben bitterly low on fuel as well as he's coming through the mountain. You can save a lot of time through it. It will be the Yamagiwa layout for Kyoto, not the combined. Through the dipper to go, or through the S's, through the dipper, down towards Forest Elbow. Looking convincing for Ruben. Dom and Ruben definitely fuel saving a lot more. Olaf, he's setting green sectors. He's trying to do everything he can to try 2 seconds. It's looking near impossible, but keeping himself in range where a mistake from Paolo still keeps himself in it. It's not bad for a personal best lap time being that far off. Ruben, look how thin that line is as he comes down towards the chase. Yamagiwa won, yes, the anti-clockwise loop. But 1 turn to go then for Ruben, as he's about to run out of fuel. He'll come around the final turn. He remains undefeated. They said he wasn't the fastest, but he proves them wrong at least today. Ruben wins round 1 at Bathurst, and Dom on debut. He put up a good fight, but in the end he will be taking home 2nd. And a brilliant performance from the Irishman with 1 turn to go. Paolo PM. Brilliant from the Irishman. He comes around the final turn. And his Division 1 debut, Paolo will take the final podium spot, closely followed by his teammate Olaf in the other Peugeot COC car. He will take 4th, and it's a brilliant 1-stop. He's the only guy to do it successfully this weekend. Mamba striking his Division 1 debut. He's probably expected more from this. He's seemingly struggled, but he'll take 5th place. He'll take a handful of points. It'll be 5th for him, and Albertini, it will be 6th for him. Slim, a failed 1-stop it seems. Look how close he is to run out of fuel. Now what's actually happened to Sati? Sati was actually in a fight for a podium in the first half of this race, and he's dropped all the way down as he picked up damage. Sati has picked up damage, and Slim, he may have completed the 1-stop. No, Slim will have completed the 1-stop. He hasn't repaired his damage. He will take 7th. And Sati and BJ will be the last to cross the line. And BJ, we said at the start, it'd be interesting how he actually performs against everyone else. but he will be the only driver this weekend to not score points, and he's a long way off compared to everyone else. Nearly a lap behind, not quite though. Across the line, Sati, he will be last. Sorry, BJ will be last. Sati will take the final points paying position, and Bez did not start, unfortunately, or didn't finish. We'll put it as that. But Ruben wins again. It's his stupid amount of win. Think it will be... That is Ruben's 18th race win, I believe, in GTEL. Just confirmation of the race results then. Ruben wins from Dom and Paolo. It's quite a nice podium there, you have to say. Olaf with a brilliant one stop will get himself into 4th, and Mambra and Albertini did a nice battle all the way through the race. They are 5th and 6th. Slim, after not doing the one stop quite like Olaf did, will finish in 7th. Sati, after a promising start to race, will collect the final point, and BJ in 9th. Thank you all for watching. You all have been great. It's great to be back. The first race weekend is done out of the 10 we have coming up for you lot here in GTEL Season 3. Join me next week, 7 PM, Saturday and Sunday, for Division 1 and 2 from Kyoto, Yamagiwa. It's a new circuit. It's going to be brilliant. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you